All right, so today we're gonna be talking about our movie week where we watched The Island. Um, some of the innovations that I saw in the movie were the human cloning technology. They took the technology of that we've seen, how they were able to clone the sheep or whatever. They were able to streamline that process and create a fully functioning way to like reliably clone people and clone their genetic makeup and have them be like a living, breathing, normal person. There's genetic engineering where um, not only can they copy this person into existence, you can like design them such that they grow organs that are healthier and like more stable than the ones um, that their owner may possess. Uh, like I don't know. I don't really know what to call it, but like the wombs, the artificial wombs that they were growing in, like the bags and stuff, and like the jelly that they were made in. That's something that you'd see in like Star Wars or something. Like that's just something we haven't been able to create in the real world. Or I guess somewhat we can, because I think we can grow or not grow. We can like inseminate embryos in like petri dishes and stuff, but I mean, you can't grow like a whole like living person and that just like fertilize the egg, And then uh those like screens that when the clones are created, how they like um shoot just a bunch of memories into their respective clones and really designate what they're told to think and believe. And there was those medical robots that he gave to. This is bad, but I don't remember the main character's name, but he gave it to that guy, and like the robots that went in his body and like checked them all over and stuff. Um, what else? Oh, their facility like the screens and stuff. They had like AI or like some sort of virtual assistant that was able to just go throughout the whole facility and tell people like tasks on their just whatever, just basically worked as an AI like overseer that just managed the entire building that they were in. And then a lot of the service and like the surveillance and tracking devices that they had, I'm pretty sure they like I might have forgotten, but I feel like they scanned like the one dude that was helping the main character, the worker, and then that's how they managed to kill him and stuff. And then like the phone booths that you can use to look up people and like their like where they live and stuff. And then the main issues um that the movie is trying to present is when we when do we draw the line for what is right and what is wrong, because it tried to point out that like yes, this is a very useful thing as it allows us to grow and distribute healthy, more efficient organs to people that may need them, but it also puts into question like the ethics. Is it morally like responsible to play God in such a way and grow a person to make them think like a whole different life just to have them believe that some paradise is going to come, when in reality they're just going to die for the like because they're basically like like property, basically like a slave to the owner that like donated their DNA to have them be born. um and it's like, is that morally right to give somebody that sort of mentality just to give them life and take it away? And like um, I think one of the things that it was trying to talk about too was like how information control can be really bad. I feel like I kind of like thought it was similar to 1984, like how they just curate and mandate like the sort of ideas and the just ability to gain knowledge in the facility. And another thing was that like the inequality between classes, how mostly the rich and famous are able to get this, and the rest of the people are just like kind of screwed. Like they're not going to be able to have the message on this. My perspective on this is that we should learn to ethically use technology. I feel like that's just one of the basic things you have to understand when like looking into technology and its uses. I feel like on a different like case by case basis, um, it's different, but I feel like in this instance we were too close, or not we, they were too close into playing God, and I feel like it's not right to like, because I feel like this issue put into question like a lot of things. Like there's ethics, there's human rights, there's just everything. Because I mean, you can argue that it's similar to like raising cows and animals as livestock, but I feel like it's much more um, of a delicate matter when it's somebody with a living, breathing person with like a full consciousness and the able to like the ability to dictate like their surroundings in such a way as a human. I feel like it's pretty messed up, and I feel like we shouldn't trend towards that future. I feel like there's definitely easier ways to do that. I feel like instead of cloning, we could just like find a way to grow like the organs by themselves. Like if we can freaking grow like a whole like 20-year-old person with the whole life and stuff, why are we going to go through the trouble of like keeping them alive and like doing all that and then killing them ultimately for no reason just to give away their organs when you can grow an organ? Like there's no way that in the film they could grow like a whole person and not just grow like a lung, then grow the person. But yeah, I just thought that was my perspective on the film.